Welcome, day one, 2023, the Nutrien Classic here at Tamworth. It's everything's starting to heat up once again. The competition on the desk here this year. Very familiar face around the Nutrien Equine. Hannah Murray, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Welshie. I feel like I'm coming into the circle here. You're really a experienced old hand at this.
Yeah, they've been hard up for a long time, and we keep coming back. But yeah, just such a great event, and everyone's so happy to be here. We seen it yesterday, day one. We kicked off with the first third of the Open Camp Draft and the first 100 of the Nutrien Classic. Once again, the competition's been hot as anything from day one.
Absolutely. We're not sort of shy of seeing those big scores here. I don't think they come as much of a surprise, but still equally as exciting every single good run that we see. Matt and Kylie Weber donated the cattle for the fourth year in a row yesterday, and everything ran pretty well. They had a little break to escape a bit of the heat in the middle of the day. We had a bit of a wild old storm last night, but sort of squeezed them all in, and everyone got their run through.
I think the program has got so big, and but the Nutrien team is so accommodating, whether for the livestock, the competitors, anyone involved. There is no rush. No animal's going to get, put in any of harm's way. The competitors are certainly not going to get put in any harm's way. It's just, it's a great feel from day dot and any time we come to Nutrien.
I think that's what that makes this event special, Brett, is that everyone involved from behind the scenes has so much care, commitment, and passion about this event and the whole concept in general that really shines through here, I think. And definitely, there's a feeling about the level of love that goes into this week, and it's no small feat for the reasonably small team that puts it together. So a real credit to them. It's unreal every year.
Okay, let's get in and see those big scores that happened yesterday. We'll start with the Martin Stock Haulage Open Camp Draft. Right up there on the leaderboard.
No shocker here. Ben Hall, Chisholm's Cash, ran a 90 yesterday. A really good quality mare there, and owned by Terry and Christy, and yeah, we're not really surprised by that one, but just the consistency that Ben Hall comes with every year. I'm lost for words. It's something I'm always in awe of.
Yeah, and then we dropped down. I know Troy Palmer's on 89.
We had three 89s yesterday. So Troy, Maddie Moffat on Tia Beek's horse,
Yes.
She Be a Cat, and Peter Connor on Chit Chat. Some really good runs there. Some really good horse flesh coming through in that open. It's a really exciting event to watch. A big event. Everyone that sold or bought a horse last year obviously gets their two runs. So they're going to get through it in the next few days in that first round. But yeah, good watching.
And would like to, Matty Moffat, he's travelled all the way down from central Queensland, as he does every year. But, to see him up there on the leaderboard is great. Also, Pete Connor from over there in Grafton on the Northern Rivers, like no stranger to the big drafts, but, just great to see, it doesn't matter who or what you are. If you come here, you're right in the mix, and it's everyone's ballgame.
Absolutely. And a lot of young competitors in that open this year as well. There's a lot of horses that have been purchased through the Classic, a mixture of horses and people from everywhere. It's a really interesting event to watch because there's not many opens like that where you get to see everyone in that same event on that sort of calibre of skill and horse. So it's one that I look forward to tuning into every year, really.
Now we got through the first 100 of the event that everyone comes to Tamworth for early in the year, the Nutrien Equine Classic Camp Draft. The big money, the big prestige, the bagging rights for the next 12 months. It was just outstanding. Matt and Kylie's Hereford cattle were, just a credit. A couple of things I'd like to point out that, were really good that, Glenn Peterson judging the Classic. Everyone got an opportunity. We're all on baby horses. They got to go, they got to have a run. The cattle were, good to give the babies a turn. Glenn let them go and scored accordingly. I heard it a few times last night. The best first round of the Classic, a lot of people have seen in all areas, judging along with, the cattle and how it all ran. Now, just a couple of statistics. 48% outside scores in the first 100 yesterday, with 33% having full rounds. That is just phenomenal. So anyone wants to buy a horse, they can come back with confidence to go, we're in it. We can go back and get a score and be right up there with the guys. So
Absolutely. And important to something we need to keep reminding ourselves, I think, is the age of these horses coming in. These are horses 5 and unders. They haven't had a huge amount of runs on the board. Some of them might have been doing some futurity drafts and that sort of thing last year, but more or less these are relatively inexperienced horses that are getting around that you wouldn't pick that. There's some real quality and caliber out there.
In Glenn's judges address at the start, it was, we're all on baby horses. Show us what they can do, not what they can't. And that really showed with the caliber horse. The product that was out there yesterday was just fantastic. So we better get in and have a look at the leaderboard.
Sounds good. Look, we had 190 yesterday. Rob Leach, one of the big figures here at the Classic every year, who, is really involved in terms of that sale concept and doing a lot of training and that sort of work now. He was riding Pilvale Truce. That's a Janine Miles bred horse by Conductor, and owned by Lowly Pastoral. A big 90, a great run. Rob can really put him around. It was good to watch.
A few statistics there. We go back to the Masters sale that the Nutrien run at the end of the year. That horse actually came through and won the nursery camp draft, just gone. So had to have a run off with Dan Stairs. Already been 3 rounds in this arena. So, you got a proven performer on the leaderboard at the top, can go round for round. We've seen him do it.
And a credit to the Nutrien team in terms of trying to give some of those younger horses a few more opportunities to compete against each other down here. It's good to see, and I know it was well appreciated by a lot of competitors last year.
And I think sitting in 89 points, you've got Hayley Connon on Nibarina Murano. Once again, you don't have to be in the top echelon of money spending to come back to be competitive at the Classic. A $9,000 purchase in 2021 from the Sheehan family. Outstanding to have that horse back right up there in lights, 89 points, relatively late in the draw last night. And yeah, right amongst them, like big contender.
Absolutely. Hayley's a tough competitor, and she only just snuck in before that storm sort of hit, and she got a bit wet, a few raindrops on the face as she went round, but didn't deter her. She, she's fiercely competitive, and she'll be definitely one to watch. There was a few 89s yesterday, Welshie. That was also Jay Pearce on Clark Family Accelerator and Excel that Troy and Sally sold last year. Again, some people that consistently bring horses through this Classic and sell them, and good to see them, high up on this leaderboard.
One of the major things that I find very, very comforting is you look back at people that have supported the sale from the start. Simon and Debbie Dobwell, Wallabar Excel. You get to see him with a horse that's at one point off the lead, like. You see Simon down there in the sale putting cattle in and out for the pre-works or the sale. They've done it from day dot. They have been the original team, and just so great that their stallion, he's a 3-year-old, only a baby. First start, goes out there, 22.63 and 4, like just outstanding.
Unreal. Dave Thorne also had another 89 on One Stylish Jewel. Owned in a syndicate, sold by Cameron Parker last year. Cameron always brings really high quality horses down here. They're always well presented. They're always well prepped. That's another exciting one to watch.
I think the One Stylish crew would be getting rather nervous again with their incentives. Once again, Thorny's no stranger to the big drafts. You go back and have a look at that horse's mother, Destiny's Fancy Jewel. Mare Cameron Parker's outstanding, great challenge mare, went on to do everything. It's, great families, great horses.
Absolutely. Then we've got Ben Hall on the leaderboard again, this time on Marmello. That's a One Stylish out of Marshmallow. Kylie Graham bred him. Sold through the Nutrien run, actually, a Brex and Kylie dispersal. He was bought out of there and then sold through the Classic last year. Bought by Carolyn McNabb, another great classic figure, very involved in the Classic Ladies Foundation, and always her and Craig been big supporters of this sale. So exciting to see that one on there as well. They'd be getting excited for another round.
Yeah, I can't imagine the One Stylish syndicate would be as happy as Craig and Carolyn. It is outstanding that these people put the confidence in a horse and then the confidence in Ben. And, you have a look at that horse that Ben drafted yesterday. That's no fluke. That horse, you'd see the way it ran out there, around the first peg to the second. It was just outstanding. There's no fluke, no anything behind this. These guys have had these horses, they've done the work, they've done the miles, and then they come down here and they get good cattle, good surface. Everything is great down here, and they get rewarded for what they're doing at home that no one sees. And that's the best part, that if they could do the work at home, they come down here and they can get to show their horse off in a great light.
Absolutely. No, it's exciting. And look, today we've got another sort of 150 runs in the Open. The first 124 Young Guns runs. First round of the dry work at the Pride's Easy Performance Horse Challenge happening just outside the door here. And obviously they're going to run on with the Classic from 5 o'clock this afternoon. So it's really cranking up now. It's pretty action packed. There's a lot happening.
You can't get a car park out in the paddock. There are trucks from bumper to bumper. There's plenty of room here inside on these stormy days to come down and have a look at all the action. It is outstanding. You can't predict what the week's going to be because it's just action packed, and we're going to, I can see all sorts of records broken here this week come sale and competition. So stay tuned for tomorrow when we bring the wrap up for day 2 here at the Nutrien Classic 2023.